尊敬的习主席、各位来宾、记者朋友们，大家下午好！中华人民共和国主席习近平阁下同中外记者见面会现在开始。现在请习主席讲话。
Now I invite President Xi to make the statement.
女士们、先生们
Friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, good
很
afternoon.
高兴同大家见面。
It gives me great pleasure to meet with you
金砖国家领导
and
人
give
会晤
you
及
an overview
新兴市场
of
国
the
家
BRICS
与
summit
发展
and
国
the
家
dialogue of
对话会
emerging
的
market
情况。
and developing countries.
昨天金砖国
The
家领导人
BRICS
厦门
Xiamen
会晤
summit was
圆满地闭幕。
concluded successfully
我们
yesterday
5国领导人围绕着
under
深
the
化
theme BRICS
金砖
Stronger
伙伴关
Partnership
系
for a
开辟更加光
brighter
明未来的
future
主题，就当前国际
leaders
形
of our
势
5 countries
全球治理
on the current
金砖合
international
作等
situation, global
深入地
governance, and BRICS
交换了看
cooperation
法。
had in-depth exchanges of views
达成了广
and
泛的共识。
reached broad consensus.
厦门会晤通过了金
The
砖国家
summit
领导人厦门
adopted
宣
the
言，
BRICS leaders'
重申
Xiamen
开放包
Declaration,
容
which reaffirmed
合作共
the
赢的
BRICS spirit
金砖精
of
神
openness, inclusiveness, and
全面
win-win
总结了金
cooperation,
砖合作10年来
reviewed
的
the
成功的经验，
successful experience of BRICS
为
cooperation
加
over the
强
past
金砖伙
decade,
伴关系，
and
深化各领域的务实合作，
mapped out a
规划了
new
新的
blueprint
蓝
for
图。
strengthening BRICS partnership and deepening practical
会晤期
cooperation
间
across the board.
中方举行
During
了
the
新兴市
summit,
场国家与发展中
The
国家
Chinese
对
side
话会议。
hosted the dialogue of
金
emerging
砖国
market
家
and
和
developing
埃及、墨
countries.
西哥、
The leaders of BRICS
泰国、
countries,
塔吉克斯
Egypt,
坦、
Mexico,
几内亚
Thailand,
的领导人
Tajikistan, and Guinea
定要出席。
attended the dialogue
各
at
国
our
领导人结合
invitation.
深化互利合作，
Under the
促进
theme
共同发展的
Strengthening
对
Mutually
话主
Beneficial
题，
Cooperation for Common
共商
Development, leaders discussed
发展合
ways
作大
of
计，一致
enhancing
同意，
international
建立
development
广泛的
cooperation
合作
and
关系，
agreed to forge
加快落
broad-based
实
partnership and
2030
speed up
可持
the
续发展意识，
implementation of the
推动各
2030
国
Agenda for
共同发
Sustainable
展。
Development for the common development of all countries.
10年前，金砖合作
When BRICS
兴于世
cooperation
界格局深
started
刻
a
调整
decade
变革
ago
之际，
amid profound
引起
changes
了
in the international
国际社
landscape,
会
it
高度
received
关
a
注。
lot of attention from the
历
international
经国际
community.
金融危机等重大挑战
Having
的
stood
考验，
the test of major
金砖国
challenges,
家
including
探索出
global
了一条
financial crisis,
新兴市
BRICS
场国
countries
家和发
have
展中国家
embarked
团结合
on
作，
a new
互
path
利共
of
赢的
promoting
新路。
solidarity and win-win cooperation among
各国
emerging
领导
market
人
and developing
决
countries.
心以厦门会晤
Leaders are
为新起
determined
点，
to take the Xiamen summit
坚
as a
定
new
信念，
starting point,
再
renew
接
the commitment,
再厉，
and work even harder
共同打造
for
更紧
a
密、更
closer,
广泛、更
broader,
全
and
面的
more
战略
comprehensive
伙伴关系，
strategic partnership,
开创金砖合
and
作
for
第
another
二个
golden
金色的时代。
decade of BRICS cooperation.
我们5国领导人认为，
We BRICS leaders
当今世界正在
believe
经
that
历着
the
深刻
world
复杂的
today
变
is
化，
undergoing profound
世界
and
经济增长
complex
的前
changes.
景好转，
While the world
但
economic
各种
outlook is
全球性
improving,
挑战
all sorts of global
层出不穷。
challenges continue to emerge.
金砖国家都是具有
As
重要影
nations
响的国
with
家，
major influence,
应该深化在重
BRICS
大问题
countries
上的沟通和
must
协
step
调，
up communication and coordination
推动
on
建立更
important
加
issues
公正
and
合
work
理
for
的
a more just and
国际秩序。
equitable international order.
应该发挥建设
We
性作
must
用，
play
捍
a
卫国际关系
constructive role
基
and
本准
uphold
则，
the basic
维
norms
护
governing
国际公平
international
正义，
relations and international
应该
fairness
合
and
作应
justice.
对
We
各
must
种全球性的
work
挑战，
together to address global
推动开放
challenges,
包容、
promote open,
普惠、
inclusive,
平衡
and
共赢
balanced
的
economic
经济全球化，
globalization that is
加快
beneficial
全
to
球
all,
经济治理
speed
改
up
革，
global economic governance
提高
reform,
新兴市场国
increase
家和
the
发展中国家的代表
representation
性
and the
发言
voice
权，
of emerging
为
market
各
and
国发
developing
展创
countries
造良好
and
的
create
外部
an
环境。
enabling external environment for the
我们
development
5
of
国领导
all
人认
countries.
为，务
We
实合
BRICS
作
leaders
是金
believe
砖合
that
作的根
practical
基，
cooperation
根
is the
深
root of
才能
BRICS
叶茂。
cooperation.
我
A
们要
tree
本着
will
互利
only
共赢的
flourish when
原
its
则，
root goes deep. We will, in line with the principle of mutual benefit, step up macro policy coordination, synergize development strategies, and deepen all-round cooperation in areas such as economy, trade, finance, industry, and sustainable development, so as to bring about interconnected development. This year, BRICS practical cooperation has made new headway and gained even greater importance. We have developed cooperation roadmaps in areas such as trade facilitation, trading services, currency swaps, local currency settlement, and public and private partnership. We have set up the African Regional Center of the New Development Bank and put together the BRICS Innovation Cooperation Action Plan. Thanks to our efforts over the past year, we have made new strides towards greater connectivity in trade, in investment, in currency and finance, and in infrastructure. We all stress the need to place more emphasis on innovation, seize the historic opportunities offered by the new round of industrial revolution, and improve economic structure at a faster pace so as to secure more resilient, sustainable, and quality growth for all. We, BRICS leaders, believe that it is in our common interest to deepen political and security cooperation and enhance mutual strategic trust. This is also what the international community expects us to do. Since the start of this year, we have had in-depth exchanges of views and reached important consensus on such issues as the international situation, global governance, international and regional hotspots, and national security and development. The meeting of High Representatives for Security Issues and the first Foreign Ministers meeting we held this year have injected fresh impetus to closer political and security cooperation. We have instituted regular consultations among our permanent representatives in New York, Geneva, and Vienna to coordinate positions on major issues of common interest. We are making steady progress in our cooperation on counterterrorism, cybersecurity, peacekeeping, and the Middle East. All these efforts have raised the profile of BRICS. We support efforts to continue the good momentum of political and security cooperation, and we will play our part and contribute more to world peace and stability. We BRICS leaders believe that the long history and splendid culture of our respective countries are our valued assets and must be cherished. This year has seen flourishing people-to-people exchanges and cooperation among our 5 countries. Colorful events like the BRICS Games, Film Festival, Cultural Festival, high-level meeting on traditional medicine have proved popular with our people. We are also advancing cooperation between our legislatures, political parties, think tanks, young people, and local authorities to create platforms for people with different backgrounds to participate in BRICS cooperation. We support efforts to institutionalize people-to-people exchanges, as they will contribute to greater mutual understanding and friendship and base the idea of partnership on more solid public support. At the summit, we BRICS leaders share the view that as BRICS cooperation enters its second decade, institution building has to move forward in keeping with the changing times if we are to secure strong support for deeper and more substantive cooperation across the board. We support a stronger mandate for our Sherpas and expect them to take stock of the follow-ups to every summit at regular intervals and explore new ways and paths of BRICS cooperation in order to bring our 5 countries closer together. As a matter of fact, this year we have already made new progress in BRICS institution building. I have mentioned the first formal foreign ministers meeting and the regular constitutions among our UN permanent representatives. In addition to these two examples, we have also set up cooperation platforms such as a model e-port network, a working group on e-commerce, and alliances of museums, art museums and national galleries, and libraries. These new mechanisms will lend strong support to our efforts to deepen political, economic, and cultural cooperation. Next year, South Africa will assume the BRICS chairmanship and will host the BRICS, the 10th BRICS summit in Johannesburg. We trust that next year's summit will yield fruitful outcomes. China is ready to work with others to give full support to South Africa in hosting the summit and work together to move forward BRICS cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a fine tradition for BRICS to conduct dialogue and cooperation with other emerging market and developing countries. Under the current circumstances, such dialogue and cooperation have become all the more important. The dialogue of emerging market and developing countries hosted by China has sent a strong message for closer South-South cooperation and global development cooperation. Leaders attending the dialogue agree that emerging markets and developing countries who enjoy good growth momentum are well placed to play a bigger role when it comes to implementing the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and improving global economic governance. We need to deepen South-South cooperation, create a BRICS Plus cooperation approach, reach out extensively to other countries, and establish an open and diverse network of development partners. Together, we can blaze a sustainable path featuring innovative, coordinated, green, open, and shared development, and inject more positive energy to global growth and shared prosperity. To conclude, let me take this opportunity to thank other BRICS leaders and friends from the business, think tank, cultural, and sports communities for your strong support for China's BRICS chairmanship. My thanks also go to the friends from the media who have been working really hard. I know that about 3,000 journalists have been working here to cover the event. I believe that with the concerted efforts of our 5 countries and people from different sectors, there will be bright prospects for our cooperation and for the development of BRICS countries. Those are all I have to say. Thank you.
谢谢习近平主席，记者会到此结束，谢谢大家。
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for coming.